All right, cranking on the little mini. Customer got a new, much larger fuel tank, so we are trying to fit this puppy in here. I think this was a eBay special here. So he does want to have the fill neck come up and have the little cap on the rear quarter here. At some point in its life, I know the original fuel fill was here. Somebody, I guess, filled it, shaved it. So it'll just be easier when he goes to the gas station. Doesn't have to pop the trunk and, you know, pull a cap off and get the fill nozzle in there. He could just, you know, pull the access cap off the corner there, fill it up just like every other normal modern car. So, trying to get this tank in here. It's gonna take up damn near the whole rear of this thing. But it's gonna sit in there something like this. But yeah, first things first, before I start moving forward with the fuel fill, I've got to get the tank located exactly where I want it. I'm gonna have to make some mounts, so I'll probably put some flanges on each side of the tank that they will sit on some sort of bracket shelf type deal. So if you ever got to pull the tank out, you know, you pull a couple bolts out on each side and the tank pulls out. Obviously disconnect the fuel fill with the coupler and you'll be able to remove it. Tie in 2 points on each side and then build a nice shelf for this thing to sit on. So I'm gonna get this thing squared up. I'm gonna get some measurements and start attacking it. Awesome product here from our buddies at Art Captain, their cordless angle grinder. This thing is really, really cool. It's got the pivoting head that locks. Really awesome. Check them out, artcaptain.com. Remember, if you make any purchases from Art Captain, use my discount code Lowmez, save you some money. All right, we're cranking away on the ZX14 Mini. Fuel tank is mounted. It's got to come back out because it's got the bottom mount ZX14 motorcycle fuel pump. So we got this beautiful flange machine. This is gonna go in the bottom of the tank and pump bolts up to that with a nice O-ring. Awesome. I am going to make a filler panel to go over the old existing fill hole. So that'll either get bolted in or I'll weld it in. I'm not sure yet. We got these little beauty panel gap fillers in here. Got a little battery box made. We're gonna get some little feet on that and insulated mounts for that. So we are rocking and rolling. bracket made for the back of this regulator rectifier. I think we'll mount it like that. Kind of tilted back. Hopefully we'll get some air. So I think we're almost ready to bleed. So we got the two new masters in, the clutch and the brakes. It was a little bit tricky just because of the lines, the existing lines on there and the fittings. It's a bike engine. Obviously the clutch system and all that is integrated into the motor. So there's a banjo fitting on the slave. So we had to go from banjo to flex up to 3/16 hardline. We did a double flare there, got a male on there, and then female to female. We did another line that is double flare into that, and then up to the clutch master, which is a bubble flare. Got that all fit up. So yeah, it was a little bit tricky, but we got it. So we're gonna mount this little compact all-in-one powered subwoofer. It's gonna go up in here underneath this rear upper speaker platform, basically for the rear seat. I'll have some little rubber isolators between the feet, the mounting feet of this thing and this platform. We'll go ahead and mount it upside down. Still have enough room to get the fuel tank in there and all that. So this thing's pretty heavy. So I'm just gonna make a little trace template of where my my feet will be. So trace this thing on a piece of cardboard. We'll cut it out. We'll lay this thing up here, get it centered, mark our holes, drill them. We'll get it mounted. And then we'll make sure the fuel tank still fits in there. We got our riv nuts put in up on that ledge on the firewall. And our little bracket is gonna go kind of like that. And then our regulator rectifier will then bolt to that on a nice angle, hopefully get some airflow, keep that baby cool. So much better than being tucked behind the dash. tight getting in here. All right. This thing did run at one time in its life, but there was no way it ran in the state I got it. Let's just say that. Oh, that's a good sign. All right, our rear trunk fillers are all disassembled. All the holes are pre-drilled for our wiring pass-throughs. We hung these things up. We gave it a coating of this lizard skin stuff. So we're gonna see how it looks. It's like a bed liner, but a little bit thinner, so it gives it kind of like a hammered, textured finish. Yeah. We'll let these things dry overnight and we'll see what they look like in the morning. Trying to get to the bottom of how I'm going to wire these lights. So I think I figured out the wire colors. I was able to toggle the bar control high and low, and I got the relays to click, so that's a good sign. So I'm going to temporarily hook up these new lights that we got in here into the corresponding plugs onto the harness and see if these things kick on once we key on and spin the starter over. All right. Give it a whirl. So key on, start position, looking good. Looks good with these LEDs. All right, I'm waiting on some weather pack connectors. I ran out, should have those tomorrow, but I'm going to make my harness extensions for the headlights, tail lights, all the marker lights, turn signals. So everything basically is an extension off the factory harness. It keeps everything way more reliable and easier to troubleshoot if we ever need to in the future. We made a bunch of extensions off the factory Kawasaki harness. So here's our passenger side. So we got our high and low beams, our running lights for this side, high and low beams, running light for this side. Waiting on some connectors, which will be here tomorrow. But This is our aluminum airbox we made. Got a K&N filter that goes in on the top. We made a nice little bezel that goes on top, secures the filter down, keeps it in place. So yeah, I'm gonna get this thing mounted up real quick. I'm gonna get the bezel on there. Our cooling system is not 100% done yet, but I did get the fuel tank in. Everything is wired, so we should be able to get first start here. And I'm looking forward to that. Who doesn't love the sound of a ZX14? So when we made this box, we incorporated the factory rubbers so everything fits nice and snug. Get one set of clamps tightened up here. All right. That looks pretty good. Our filter drops in there, clicks in, and then we made a nice little bezel out of aluminum that then goes on top of the filter. It keeps it held down and kind of gives it a finished look. So we'll probably end up powder coating all this stuff. But for now, I'm gonna get that bezel in, tighten that up. And we're gonna turn the key and try and start this baby. All right. So airbox is on, got our filter in. That's our bezel that keeps everything down. So I forgot to film a lot of this stuff. I've just been so busy and forgot to turn the camera on, but we did a rear quarter access fill port. It's what he wanted, like the original minis. So we did that. Fits nice and snug up in there. We got a V-band that connects that fill neck to the tank. Everything looks good. Vent up in the corner of the back corner of this tank. Got our battery in there, so let's see if this baby fires up. Key on. Got a bunch of fancy lights in the dash. Once the dash goes in there, it's kind of like a mesh. It'll all be lit up pretty cool. So, what do you guys think? Is it gonna start? Well, that's not the starter, that's the horn. Key on, I could hear the fuel pump priming. Hopefully I put enough fuel in there. It's alive. We're not gonna run it long. We don't have the cooling system hooked up, but. Hell yeah. It's alive. We got to wrap up the cooling system and a little scoop on the hood. I think a shifter handle too, but man, we are just about done. So we'll end this video off with a nice start. Rolling on all this stuff. Like I said, thank you guys. Like, share, subscribe, comment, do it all. Lowmez out.